So now I've understood. If there are minor alterations, relining will take care of it. But if there are major alterations that I need to do in the internal surface of my denture base, I will have to rebase it. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Riddhi Lalan, author of Prosthodontic and Dental Material Mind Map book, and your mentor to make dental material and prostho easy and fun to understand. So let's just quickly look into the part 2 of learning rebasing in complete denture. So when I talk about denture rebasing, what exactly do I mean by it? It is nothing but the laboratory process of replacing the entire denture base material on the existing prosthesis. So what are the indications? If there has been moderate residual ridge resorption, whenever I actually get my complete denture and it is full of porosity. Porosity means that it is going to in-house bacteria. It is further going to complicate the oral hygiene. Rather, I will just replace the denture base material. So for porous or discolored denture base, rebasing is the correct solution. And if the denture base is too light or too dark, so if the patient is not happy with the existing denture base material, then what I would do is I will replace the material. Contraindications. Now, if at all there is alteration in the tooth surface, adhesion of tooth that has been there, or if at all there has been major severe ridge resorption that has happened, if the aesthetics are not satisfactory, all of these factors will actually lead to making of new denture and not just replacing the underlying material. So now if I give you this figure, I hope it will be easy to correlate that relining is just adding a lining while rebasing is entirely existing denture base resin is being replaced. So this is the basic difference between your relining and rebasing. So what exactly do we need to keep in mind when we actually opt for rebasing? First thing, vertical dimension should not change. If it has changed, it means that you have either led to increase, and at times 90% of the times there will be increase because you are adding material. But there can be alteration in vertical dimension and which is not acceptable. So vertical dimension needs to remain as it is. Other thing is, this should always be maintained for a complete denture patient because your centric relation is most useful and repeatable reference position that needs to be preserved. Apart from that, accurate positioning of denture base needs to be kept in mind, and the material has to be of equal thickness all over. It cannot be that one quadrant has such a huge thickness while other is very thin. That is not what we want. It has to be uniform overall. Now let's just understand how exactly do we go about for denture rebasing. It is divided into two phases, preparatory phase and the procedure exactly to do relining or rebasing. First of all, when you prepare, okay, so you have to do two preparation. You have to prepare the oral mucosa and you have to prepare your denture. How do you prepare the oral mucosa? First thing, make sure that there is no source of irritation present. There shouldn't be anything that's actually hindering or irritating your oral mucosa. Dentures should be removed 3 days before. Ask the patient to stop wearing denture. We don't even want the dentures to go and compress your oral mucosa. We want to record them in their functional and free form. And at the same time, if there is any hypertrophic tissue, because there can be a chance that your denture has actually led to proliferation of the tissues. So what you have to do, you have to surgically remove this because this will also act as a imbalancing factor for your denture. And you have to advise the patient to massage their soft tissue to enhance keratinization. Once this is done, you start preparing your denture. So what do? You check for the border extensions. There shouldn't be overextension or underextension. If any of that is present, what do? You have to do border molding and record the perfect extensions. You remove all the undercuts that are present in the denture, correct any occlusal disharmony. If you identify any pressure spots, make sure you release them because we don't want denture to exert any pressure onto the area. Anything that feels like a spike or a spine-like structure or elevation on the denture should be removed. Then you establish a correct posterior palatal seal, because this is one of the very important anatomical landmark that will make sure that your retention is obtained properly. So you use your sticky compound and acrylic resin and you establish a proper palatal seal. Now once that is done, okay, you have your all the removal of spikes and extensions that is done. You have recorded the surface properly. Now you actually start doing the procedure. The first procedure will be to record impression, because we actually want the intaglio surface to be replaced, right? So you record the impression. It can either be static or the functional method, depending on which type of impression are you obtaining. Then you actually go to the laboratory procedures. Now, laboratory relining and rebasing are not done in patient's mouth immediately. You just make an impression, you carry it to your lab, and then you use any of these 5 methods. The first method is the static method, wherein you use your open or closed mouth technique, ask the patient to hold it at the correct vertical dimension and transfer it onto your articulator. The functional method uses the tissue conditioner, because tissue conditioners are actually known to record the functional impression and not the static impression. Then there is a flask method. So impression is then poured with dental stone and denture is processed in the flask. Just like you do that for your complete dentures, right? You do dewaxing. And what do? You do flasking. The same thing. You actually first put it, rather than dewaxing, you open it, you remove the entire denture base material, the teeth remain in their position. And then you actually close it with the new material. Articulator method means that the cast is mounted on the articulator. Can you see this? Only maxillary is being replaced. So you mount the cast, you do the denture base waxing, and then you process it using the heat polymerized PMMA resin. The jig method. It is similar to that of articulator method, but you now make a jig. You actually have a jig ready wherein any one of the denture is articulating with dental stone. That acts how your jig is going to go into that place. And then this is known as the reline jig, wherein you perform relining. Once this is done, you just have to do how you do your denture delivery. You call the patient, you insert it, you evaluate everything completely, and you maintain follow-up. So this was all about your relining and rebasing. Remember that relining also happens in the similar manner. The only thing is, if it is chair side, you do it in the patient's mouth. If it is laboratory, you do and follow any of the methods. So let's just quickly understand and solve the MCQ. A 68-year-old patient with old complete denture and is ill-fitting due to severe ridge resorption. The denture base is worn and tear, but the artificial teeth are in good condition and properly arranged. The dentist decides to fabricate a completely new denture base using existing teeth. What procedure is being performed? Now, there is a catch here. Okay, I want you to identify what exactly did I play with you all. Because the dentist actually wants to use the new denture base but the same existing teeth. Teeth can be used, but the denture base does not have to go for rebasing. It actually has to go for fabrication of new complete denture, because as one of the contraindications that we learned, this thing, that is severe ridge resorption, we do not actually go for relining or rebasing. We go for making a new complete denture. You can use the existing teeth. Just remove and place it. But you make a new denture because there was severe ridge resorption that was present. So this was your MCQ. Let's just understand the flashcard now. What is the main indication for denture rebasing? It is nothing but when there is base that is defective. By that I mean, if at all it's porous, or bone, but the artificial teeth and the occlusion are still satisfactory. So when there would be problem with the other two surface, apart from your occlusal surface, you can actually go for rebasing. So this was all about the relining and rebasing procedure. I hope it's clear for you and you will not be confused as I was in my undergraduation. If you enjoyed this, do like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. So you can go and refer this app to your friends and make sure that they also download the app. For every referral, you also get coins from which you can study more. So let's make studying more fun and refreshing for all of us. See you soon.